Final update. When I went into debt to pay for my niece's college, my sister promised, "We'll pay you back with interest." But when I needed help paying my medical bills, she hung up on me. "You've always been a pathetic leech." My brother added, "You're not family. You're just a convenience." That week, I sold something I never thought I would. And with that money, I made sure they'd feel true inconvenience very, very soon. After the email from Caleb and the rumor campaign, I expected my relationship with Maura to stay broken, maybe even get worse. But then something strange happened. She reached out. It was a text, just one line, "Can we talk?" I stared at my phone for hours before answering. I wasn't sure if I wanted to hear what she had to say, but eventually I replied, "Okay." She showed up at my apartment 2 days later. I didn't know what to expect. She looked tired, more tired than I'd ever seen her, no makeup, clothes wrinkled, eyes red. She said nothing for a while. Then, quietly, she told me she and Caleb had fought a lot about the debt, about how they treated me, about the family they claimed to care about but never really did. She said Caleb wanted her to cut me off completely. Diane had pushed too, but she felt guilty. She knew how much I'd sacrificed for her. Then she dropped the bomb. She was struggling financially. The promotion she bragged about on social media had come with a new title, but her salary barely covered rent and bills. The boyfriend? They'd broken up months ago. She hadn't told anyone because she was ashamed. She wanted to help, she said, but she didn't know how. She was scared of Caleb and Diane, scared they'd cut her off if she sided with me. I didn't say much. I just listened. That night, I realized something I hadn't before. Maura wasn't the enemy. She was trapped too, stuck between the family that abandoned her and the one she owed everything to. The next twist came when Teresa, the family friend, emailed me. She dug deeper and found out Caleb and Diane had taken out loans against my parents' house while I was caring for Maura. They'd never told me. The money was for family emergencies, they said. I checked public records. It was true. They borrowed close to $80,000, more than enough to pay off the loans I'd taken for Maura's college. Yet, they never made a move to clear the debt. I confronted Caleb by email, attaching the documents. No reply. Then Diane called me. Her voice was icy but careful. "You're making a mistake. Stop this now." I told her I had no intention of stopping. If they wanted to burn bridges, that was on them. Selling the ring wasn't just about money anymore. It was about taking back control. The ring was gone, but the plan wasn't. I started reaching out to some old contacts, people my parents had known, co-workers from the nonprofit, anyone who might help me get back on my feet. Slowly, quietly, I built a network. Maura even started sending me small checks, $100 here, $200 there, without asking for anything. "Just to say I'm sorry," she said. I haven't forgiven Caleb or Diane. Not yet. But I'm learning that revenge isn't always about hitting back hard. Sometimes it's about showing up, not letting them erase you, being better than they expect. And if they think I'm done, they're about to find out they've underestimated me in ways they never imagined. The months after Maura's visit were the hardest and the most alive I'd felt in years. I focused on myself for the first time since I was a kid. I found a specialist who worked with my autoimmune disorder on a sliding scale. I got better at managing the pain. I returned to work part-time, slowly rebuilding my life. I also worked quietly on my plan. I had the loan documents, the emails, the proof Caleb and Diane had lied, taken money, and tried to erase me. The lawyer said my case wasn't airtight, but strong enough to pressure them. So, I filed a lawsuit. I wasn't after money anymore. I wanted recognition for everything I'd done, everything they'd ignored. When the suit went public, Caleb and Diane flipped. Suddenly, they wanted to settle. They called me, begged me to drop the case. Caleb said, "We never wanted this to go public." I said nothing. Maura sent me a message, "I'm proud of you." The settlement wasn't huge. They agreed to pay off the rest of the loans and cover some of my medical bills. But what really mattered wasn't the money. It was the letter they had to write publicly apologizing, acknowledging their neglect and abuse. That letter went to the court and was part of the record. I shared it with the nonprofit where I'd worked. They rehired me full-time with benefits. Caleb and Diane lost some friends in the community. People who'd admired them quietly sided with me once they knew the truth. It wasn't a big scandal, but it was enough. Maura moved back closer to me. We started rebuilding slowly, no promises, no big talks, just small moments, a coffee here, a text there. She didn't want to fix the past overnight, and I didn't expect her to. As for me, I kept the ring's memory alive in a small box on my dresser. Sometimes I think about what it meant, the past it carried, the family it symbolized, the future I almost lost. I'm still healing, still figuring out who I'm outside of all this. But I know one thing for sure, I was never a leech. I was never a convenience. I was the only one who stayed when it mattered. And that, more than any lawsuit, any apology, any money, is the quiet revenge I carry with me every day.